Welcome everybody, it's your boy Mr. Golden Sports, and today we are bringing you Game of the Week. I have the New England Patriots. My opponent selects the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I am again running my Jacksonville Jaguars offensive scheme. I want to say this was about the 5th or 6th game that I played using this scheme. I have ton of gameplays already, and I'm gonna let those fly throughout the rest of the week. I have Seahawks, Chargers, Bears, Falcons, Broncos, just a ton of teams with this scheme, and for the most part, without me making boneheaded mistakes, has been really effective. And I know I'm gonna have trouble with the Patriots because this is by far, winning percentage wise, the worst team I've played with ever since Madden 11. I really have a tough time doing anything with them defensively. I mean, offensively they're a powerhouse, I can score with them, but being able to stop my opponents, I really have trouble. Then I end up making a mistake or two and I end up losing because I really have a tough time stopping anybody with the Patriots. So I'm looking forward to a really tough game, not to mention he has one of the better defensive teams in the game, so I know offensively it's not going to be that easy, So to begin the game, he has the ball first. And last couple times I played the Steelers, I'm getting killed with the streaks by Wallace. So, I got my eye out on that. And, I'm trying to get a feel for what type of, and speaking of streaks, man, the very second play of the game. It's like I can't get away from these streaks, man. Whenever I try to throw a streak, it seems to be never on point. But my opponent throws the most accurate streak balls ever. Like, I can't figure it out, man. Right there, he does throw a nice, beautiful touchdown right there in the back end of the end zone right there. So I'm down 7-0, and again, I'm not looking to have too much success on defense. I'm just hoping to capitalize on maybe a mistake or two, but offensively, I know I pretty much got to be on point, and I do have Demps in the backfield, speed 98, so I'm looking to have a good game right there. Welker right there on that man-to-man beater that's in that package. Right here, I'm trying to get Demps going, but again, it's really super tough with that stagnant defense of the Steelers. Everybody has high hit power, everybody has good awareness, everybody has good block shedding, so it's just really tough. But again, we go to Welker on the outside, and so far, passing wise, we're moving the ball. Right here, we finally get some decent yardage right there on the counter to the right. 2nd and 4, we back up and we look over the middle, and we end up getting a first down. So, this is territory that's really tough to score on the Patriots, on Pittsburgh, but we end up calling a run play and we end up scoring. So 7-7, and I'm just looking for a mistake, man. Hopefully the computer could come through with a pick or, just something, man. I truly have such horrible defensive games with the Patriots, man. I mean, some games I might be able to come through with a good defensive performance every now and then with other teams, but the Patriots I've yet to have ever just a good defensive game, man. I just really do bad with them. I just can't figure it out. I don't know why, but right there he goes deep up top for the streak, and thankfully he's overthrown because he definitely had him. 2nd and 10, he goes back to the streak on the left side, but out of bounds. So 3rd and 10, right here is crucial. We could use a stop right here, and we end up getting a stop. So 4th and 10, and he ends up punting us the ball. So that right there could be the difference of the game. As long as we keep scoring, we're fine. He has to play catch up, but this right here is a very important drive. We got to score right here. Again, we go to Welker and we end up getting a first down, moving the chains, and then Dem starts just going off. Pittsburgh is definitely a tough team to run against, but again, in this package, man, the running plays are definitely deceptive, and you gain great yardage. I've had great running games with slow running backs, fast running backs. It really doesn't matter. When you come, as we throw a screen right there for a touchdown, when you come out in that package, it's really tough to, I think, try and prepare for the run because there's so many passing plays in that formation, as you guys know, that can eat you alive. And they pretty much usually go and pass defense in that formation, which gives you the avenue to have success running the ball. As right there, I called the blitz play, but I was trying to set it up and he hiked the ball and caught me off guard, so he ends up having a wide open Mike Wallace over the middle of the field. So, just one play just like that, he ends up scoring. So again, the pressure is back on me. As long as I keep scoring, I'm forcing him to play catch up, and I get ball back at halftime. So that right there is a big thing. If I can somehow score and get ball back at halftime, with the 7-point lead with ball. You know, that right there could potentially be game if I could go up 2 possessions. Right there, we go to Lloyd over the middle to continue moving the chains. Tom Brady is having a really, really effective game. And I was pretty much expecting to do good offensively. You know, I wasn't expecting to struggle at all. You know, they have great weapons. And Demps is definitely a speedy back, and I'm putting him to work. You know, he's definitely doing pretty good so far. Right there, we go to the bench play. We got Welker on the outside to the left. So right here, just quick check down right there. End up getting a touchdown. So far, 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns, and 1 more stop. I feel like 1 more stop, this game could be over. The way I'm feeling on offense right now with my scheme, I'm feeling pretty good. Right there, I thought I was going to be able to pick that off, man, just not fast enough. And his offense was, you know, pretty good. I mean, it wasn't really balanced too much. He was passing for the most part. But again, I just never seemed to really do good on defense with the Patriots. So he's pretty much just picking me apart whenever he decides to pass. And again, I'm trying everything man zone, trying some blitzes, but he just always seems to have enough time in the pocket to find somebody open. Right there was just a broken play. I don't know what that was, but we ended up getting him in the backfield. Right here, 2nd and long. He's in the pocket, and he ends up getting a good, decent gain right there. Make it a manageable 3rd and 6. So he stands in the pocket right here. As you see, he has all the time in the world. For whatever reason, I can't get any pressure to save my life. And but we hold him to a 4th down, but he ends up going for it. And he ends up getting it, and there's nothing more frustrating than giving up, you know, a 4th down conversion. You know, that right there would have been huge stop, but, you know, power to him. He made the right call, and he ends up getting it. And then he ends up 4 seconds left, no timeouts. I was expecting a pass, but he ends up running a run play. Ballsy move with no timeouts, but he ends up getting it. So good call on his part. So 21 all going to halftime. So I already know that he is forced to play catch up as long as he can't stop me. So right now, I don't feel like the power's on my defense. I mean, the pressure's on my defense. I feel like it's on my offense. You know, as long as I keep scoring and doing good, I'll be all right. As long as Demps keeps making runs like that, we'll be all right. You know, running against the Steelers is not easy. But as you see, Demps is definitely having an effective game, averaging 6.4 yards a carry up to this point. 2nd and 10, we go to the screenplay, but it's sniffed out. Right here, we call bench, and we end up finding a wide open Lloyd, who gets tackled at the 1-yard line. And from right here, we just go into our goal line formation, and we end up just punching it in on the fullback dive. So again, 28-21. 1 more stop is all we need. Something, a fumble, interception, make a bad read, just make a mistake. I'm trying my best to get pressure on him, because whenever he's standing inside that pocket with time, he's just picking me apart. So I'm trying pressure, I'm trying everything, but he right there dropped an interception. I was mad, face palmed hard. I was like, come on, give me that. I needed that. 3rd and 7, he drops back, he's standing in the pocket again with lots of time, goes over to the right, seen it, but unfortunately, that's why I don't like manually using linebackers. He's too slow. If I had somebody faster, I definitely would have been able to catch up to that and had an interception, because I knew where he was going. I read it, but he ends up scoring an interception. A touchdown on the inside pass right there. So 28 all right here, and again, as long as we keep scoring, we'll be all right. You know, he has to play catch up with us, so hopefully we can continue to, you know, have success on offense. Right there, Demps makes a nice cut on the inside, and let me tell you, man, I'm having great success running the ball in these games with this scheme. So 1st and 10, Brady, we just a quick pass to Ridley right there, but he ends up getting stopped short. So 2nd and 8, we go over the middle, but it ends up being dropped. 3rd and 8 is where I make my first mistake of the game. I called the wide receiver corners. I knew he was going to call a zone, which was the right call. You know, I called wide receiver corners, which is 2 outside posts, 1 inside slant, and an out route, which was the correct call because I knew he was going to call zone, but I threw the ball too early. I had to wait for him to break over the middle linebacker for him to be open, and unfortunately, I threw it way too soon. I got picked off. He throws a touchdown on a streak right there. So now we're forced to get a defensive stop somewhere along the line because, again, I know I made a mistake, but I still don't feel like he's going to be able to stop me on offense. You know, my confidence isn't if I'm going to be able to score. My confidence is if I'm going to be able to stop him on defense because I feel like I'm not going to be stopped offensively. You know, I made a mistake. I just threw the ball way too early. Right there, Demps gets loose again, and the dude, but it's a holding call. And rage level 100, man. You want to talk about, like, come on, Madden, drop picks, holding calls out of nowhere. But we end up calling the screenplay, and it works to perfection. Demps outruns everybody. and we end up scoring a touchdown right there. I wish they had a screenplay from that formation. That would have made that screenplay even more deadlier if I was able to stick in that same formation and mix it within a whole bunch of other different plays, but unfortunately they don't. But 35 all. Right now we need something. We need to stop again. You know, I've always had trouble defensively with the Patriots. I don't know why, because whenever I play against the Patriots, their defense plays pretty well. I'm just not good with 3-4 teams. You know, I'm really not. And their defensive playbook is a little funky. You know, I don't like 3 down linemen, but it works for a lot of people when I play against them. But right there, Roethlisberger does the right thing. He throws out of bounds. So we got him to a 3rd and 10. And again, whenever I get him to those critical downs, he ends up finding somebody, man. Always. So he even gets to the point, man, where I just try hardcore fag deep. But we get an interception right there. He throws over the middle. And thankfully, Allen comes through with the interception. So this is our chance. This is what we need. You know, we have an opportunity to put this game away with the score or put deep pressure on him. So right now, 3rd and 4, we throw it. He would have had the first down due to the tackling animation. He wrapped him around, but he dropped it. He dropped the pass that he should have had. So on 4th and 4, I'm forced to punt the ball and give him ball back. And trust me, I was not confident putting my defense back on the field. I got the mistake that I needed, but I end up throwing an incomplete pass due to a drop, man. And again, a little later on this drive, I start going fag D hard, man. I was like, he's passing like crazy. I just need a mistake. But right there, he does a nice run to the left and gets great yardage. And now I'm just like, okay, I'm already focused on what I'm going to do on offense because I don't feel like I'm going to be able to stop him right here on defense. So I'm already game planning on how it is I'm going to construct my offense from this point. Right there, he goes up top and he gets tackled at the 1 yard line. Now that is crucial. Toss play to the left, we shut it down. He knows huddles. And he throws it to the right this time, and we shut it down. So he knows huddles again. And this is, you know, I'm in the same formation, but I'm throwing yellow zones, purple zones, green zones, orange zones, Puerto Rican zones, Jamaican zones. I'm throwing every zone I can out here, and I decide to manually use the linebacker. I'm just throwing as many people in coverage as I can. And we get a user interception. Don't test the user. He's so disrespectful. First play, we call it draw play, and I'm like, please don't call a blitz. Please don't call a blitz, and he doesn't. And we end up running away and getting great yardage. As you see, Demp's well over 100 yards, close to 160. The man went to work running on the Steelers, man. Running on Pittsburgh, it's not easy. Trust me, them linebackers are vicious. But we're definitely having great success running the ball against this team. Not to mention, Demps doesn't have the greatest carry in the world, but he definitely was very effective. I feel confident after playing against this game. Look at that. He's held on to everything. He hasn't fumbled one time this game. And the Steelers hit very, very hard. And another run play by Demps put us in field goal range. So he wastes his last time out. So we end up running the ball to the left. And we do the smart thing. We don't score a touchdown. We don't want to give him any opportunity to come back. We end up diving and taking this game home. So we end up kicking the game-winning field goal. Barely won. We won due to some crazy defensive lineman catching an interception. But we'll take it. Again, the offensive scheme is putting up lots of points. Running the ball very effectively, even on the Steelers. Passing was very effective, even though I made that one mistake throwing over the middle. But that's the end of the game, guys. Follow me on Twitter if you guys don't already. Look forward to lots of gameplays coming out this week. I have tons of different teams and lots of great game footage, so look out for that. As always, it's your boy GS signing out. Base. Give it to me, baby.